Now, the first part in understanding harmonics and how to create harmonics is how to get to a number, a series of notes, find out what we're working with. And here we've got a very simple process, which we will explain as follows. Bear with me, it's quite simple, but it is very detailed. Have a look here. This is the quite straightforward process. We say John Smith was born on the 12th of March 1985. We simply take the numbers and the date of birth, 1, 2, 3, 1, 9, 8, 5, that adds to 29. 29 adds down to 2 plus 9 equals 11, 11, 1 plus 1 equals 2. So 2 is the birth note. There are situations where 11 is the birth note as well, which is this one here, but we won't get into that now. We follow a simple pattern called tonic 221, 2221. This is the major scale interval to find out what notes are at work in this person's chart. Tonic, 2 steps, 2 steps, 1, 2 steps, 2 steps, 2 steps, 1. A is there, of course. That's the first, the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth is the first again. The ninth is the second, by the way. You may have heard that term in music. That gives this series of notes. We find the key note from the birth number, and we find the scale that relates to this. Now we work these into a matrix, and from here we find out what chords and patterns are at work. Now the matrix is very, very simple. It's simply a noughts and crosses pattern, or tic-tac-toe as you may know it, where there is a position for each number. This comes from the magic squares, a very ancient principle. We won't get involved with the mathematics. We'll just follow the bouncing ball, so to speak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are the positions we give for these numbers. These are the numbers involved. 12th of the 3rd, 1985. There's a 1, stroke goes in the area with the 1. There's a 2, it goes for a stroke in the 2. 3 goes there. There's another 1, little weight there. There's a 9, there's an 8, and there's a 5. That's the pattern, that's the matrix that we get for the birth date of John Smith, 12th of March 1985. That's step 1. We'll work out in step 2 how we resolve the name into numbers and a matrix, and how we combine these to create a series of chords and patterns that relate to the individual. This, by the way, is an actual chart that I'm working on at the moment. This is the sort of thing that I'm printing out. We will include this as a download for people studying. This gives what's called the magnet ratio, a key to relate letters to number, and it's simply the order of letters in the alphabet. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, I is 9, J is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. K is 11, 1 plus 1 equals 2. That's just how the order of numbers works out. Now the numbers that relate to John Smith, J is a 1, O is a 6, H is an 8, N is a 5, and so on according to this. These are the numbers. We give them the weight of representation, 2 ones, weight of 2. A 6, an 8, a 5, a 4, a 9, a 2, an 8. So we've got 2 8s, a 2, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 9, and the 2 8s. That's simply how we get the matrix. Again, this is where we get to the point of understanding how this works, and it comes down to a thing called nominal weight, or the weight of numbers in a chart. Matched or equal weights are the thing we're looking for. Plus, there's a vacant 3 and 7. Keep in mind, they're even weights. They may not be there, but they're weighted. Weight of 1 on the 2, 4, 5, 6 and 9. 2, 4, 5, 6 and 9. Weight of 2 on the 1 and the 8. So that gives us a basis around which we are looking. Let's have a look at the name, the birth matrix, and we'll work out how we get patterns from the birth matrix. This is the birth matrix we worked out before, 12th of the 3rd, 1985. And you'll see perfect weights on the 2, the 3, 5, the 8 and the 9. Now how this works, and we have vacant numbers there on the 4, 6 and 7. So the vacant 4, 6 and 7 is a relationship, and it's the 4th note, the 6th note and the 7th note in the key that relates to this birth date, which, as we pointed out earlier, is B flat. So we're working on the 4th note, E flat, the 6th note, which is G, and the 7th note, which is A. That's one way of doing things. 2, 3, 5. Right, so I do it in little brackets of 3, 2, 3, 5. Those notes, as relate to chords, are played. 2, 3, 8, 2, 3, 8, 2, 3, 9. And we work through these in combinations of 3 until we get these. These are called trines. And they are the cornerstone of all aspects of harmonic healing. Everything in music works in a weight of 3. In harmonic healing, that is. That's the core of how we find the matrix. That's how we derive patterns out of the matrix. Let's have a look at this one here. Notice we've got the greatest weight along a line here on the 1, 5, 9 line. So 1, 5, 9, that's a weight. That's a line that has an energy. So the 1st, the 5th and the 9th note have a chordal frequency. Notice how they've got the same weight. So that's a weight of 4 weights. That's a weight of 4 across this line here. So the 2, the 5 and the 8 is also a line or a weight. Note also that these ones are in perfect balance. 4, 5, 6. That's another line of significant weight. We also have trines within there, but we won't get into the details of that right now. This is just to give you an idea of how we go about it. Refer to the course to get the greater details on how it works. Continuing with John Smith, now we get to the interesting part of actually playing it, and here we will show you on a keyboard the basic techniques that we're going to be using. Have a look. Okay, this is the fun part. Now most people are not trained musicians, so we do this the easy way. We number the keyboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's in the key of B flat. Remember we worked out what the key was? B flat, 2, 2, 1, 2 steps, 2 steps, 2 steps, 1 step, 2, 2, 1, and so on. So, B flat, and remember we said there was a vacant 4, 6, 7 that was important? 4, 6, 7. Slightly haunting. Without getting into modal theory, any 3rd, 6th or 7th can be played as a minor. Getting a feeling of a vibe there? 4, 6, 7, 4, flat 6, 7, 4, flat 6, flat 7. 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 8. 8 is really the tonic note 1. 2, 3, 9. We've mixed the 4, 6, mixing 2 together. So we just simply mix the notes and we create a harmony. You'll get the idea, you play with it, and it comes out and it's interesting.